If you start right here, you just like it's only on one side. But you start right here. The whole thing comes off real easy, and that's about the easiest way to open it up. These are some of the best feeders I have, and also some of the oldest. But just grab one side and lift it up, and then pour it in. And the good thing about these feeders is there's nothing to fasten or unfasten. You just lift the lid up. You don't have to unscrew anything. It's really a nuisance being out in the middle of winter trying to screw things on and off. So just lift up the lid. That's why I like these feeders here. And some of the older, and also some of the feeders. So I just dump the bag in there. You don't really have to worry about how much you spill on the ground, because there's some ground feeders that only eat off the ground, and squirrels will get it. So that's all there is for that one. It is over here. We call them the fishbowls because that's what they kind of look like, goldfish bowls. But these are cool too, because all you gotta do is just lift up the lid. You don't have to unfasten anything or anything like that. And then just pour it in there. And in cold weather, like it is now, you really don't want to be doing much more, like fastening lids and things. So if I was picking out a bird feeder, I would steer clear of anything with lids that fasten down. You know, another important thing is the size of these holes here. In the summertime, we have to constantly be unplugging them because of the rain. But if the hole is too big, then the bird seed comes out too fast. But you can also see there's a hole right there for the rain to get out in the summer. But fortunately in the winter time, you don't have to worry about the rain too much. And so they don't get clogged up much in the winter, not near as much as they do in the summer. But it's important to keep them unclogged in the summer, because if the bird seed starts to mold or something like that, it can be harmful to the birds. So in the summertime, you have to keep them unclogged and freely flowing. The reason that the squirrels can't get on this particular bird feeder here is because the thing here bounces up and down, and the moment they climb up and get on it, the fact that it moves scares them away. So, because you want to have a pole or something like this to keep the birds, the squirrels, off or out of the bird feeders. They can tear up the best bird feeders so fast. So you want to have a nice little pole like that. This one here has a different kind of pole. I hate to even touch that. But if the squirrels climb up here, they don't know how to get past that. And this thing here, it is freely moving. So even if they did get brave enough to put their feet here to climb up over it, the fact that it moves scares them away. But yeah, just looking up like that, that seems to keep them off of that. These two over here are some other really good feeders, because all you gotta do is just lift the lid off like that. So it's so easy to just pour it in there. There is here on the bottom a hole that's perfectly suited to the size of this pole here. But the problem is if you did set it on the pole, then the wind just blows the lid off. So they can only hang, otherwise the lid just blows right off. So it was kind of worthless for the manufacturer to have even put that mount on the bottom of it, put it on a pole. Because once that lid comes off in the summertime, the rain just goes in there with the lid missing, or the snow in the winter. So that was a 40-pound birdseed bag that we just dumped between these 3 feeders. And it'll probably take a couple weeks for them to eat it up. But next week we might fill up. These are suet feeders here on the end that woodpeckers especially like, and starlings and some other birds. Just pull this down, put the suet cake in there, and then lock it back up, and we'll do that next. This here is a suet for the suet feeders, and you notice this is no melt. The other kind, I found that the birds don't seem to like it so much, and you can't even feed it in the summer. So we just get the no melt year round. But this one here, you notice it's called woodpecker dough. But we get a couple kinds of woodpeckers, and it seems like there's a lot of different birds that like this. I think most of all the starlings just love it, and we can have a whole flock of them here devouring it. But you can buy it individually, but this is just a case. Just buy it like that, and you can see how each individual one is individually wrapped. So I don't suppose it much matters how you get it out of there. I just have an old pocket knife that I use for it. This particular one, these are probably all different, but this particular one, the door just folds down like that. And one of the things when you're doing this, you just want to be sure that when you get done, you go in the house and wash your hands first thing. We get our stuff mostly at Menards, but you can get it at Walmart or most any place that sells bird seed. It's going to have suet and bird feeders and all the stuff you're going to need. You can see here this little piece. They've not quite finished it all the way yet. Over here, these here have been here for a while. You can see there's several of those cubes in here, and you can see how the birds have pecked on them. Like I say, starlings, and there's several nuthatches and all kinds of birds actually just love that stuff, and they'll just keep pecking on it until it's all gone, and then I'll refill it. This one here unclips the same way the other one did. And I actually put this hook through here so it kind of locks it shut. But since the squirrels can't get up here past this thing, this baffle here, it doesn't really matter. But you do want to keep all the bird seed and the suet away from the squirrels by putting a baffle on your bird feeder. I actually tried hanging them on trees first thing when I first started, but it just simply does not work because the squirrels climb down the tree and they'll destroy the bird feeder in a few days. So you really got to have something like either this or those baffles to protect your bird feeder poles. And they also come, we get a lot of our stuff at Menards, and they've got these came from Menards, and this particular pole that's different, it came from Amazon, and these fishbowl feeders, we call them, came from Walmart. So you can just kind of look around everywhere and get what you like. And I guess that's about it for today. So next time I'm out here working, I'll show you some more of what I got doing in the garden in the winter. Okay, well, thanks for watching.